Hey, what is up, football family? It is the Buds and Sports channel. Welcome back. Thank you for that remix, buddy. I like when you do the little extra.
Gotta get the people on their toes, brother.
I like it. Oh. Y'all know what day it is. It's DraftKings Day, baby. Week 3 in the house. Lots of juicy matchups this weekend. A lot of what the fuck is going to happen this game this weekend. We're here to break it all down for you. Y'all know how we do in the DraftKings episode. We give you our top guys in each position. We give you our value guys in each position. And then we pick one player for our Buds and Sports lineup and hope for the best. Our lineup last week, I believe it did end in the green, no? Like, low green, but I believe it ended in the green, didn't it?
Not
I feel like
for
it
me.
did.
It's more like this.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I could have sworn we ended in low green, like at least $5, no?
Maybe in a
Or
heads,
maybe the one I didn't.
Maybe in a heads up match.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Once again, Buds and Sports and no luckaroo, but
Hey,
week 3 is looking good.
week 1, week 2 fuckery.
Yeah, week 1, week 2 fuckery. Like, come on.
We're collecting data.
How were we
doing.
supposed to know Jody Flacco is going to be on the winning lineup?
Yeah.
You didn't guess that, and if you did, goddamn.
Pretty Jody Flacco.
Goddamn.
But yeah, y'all know how we do it around here. We are your 3 hosts as always. I'm Doug Lightning Leche, aka Cooper Rush, is our starting quarterback this week. To my right, I have Sputter McGee.
Wait, I'm on your right?
Yes, you're always on my right.
Right.
And Francis is always on my left.
Hey, what's good? What's happening? What's going on, y'all? Spuddy McGee here. Lego.
Yeah. And to my left, Mr. Francis.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Another week of DraftKings. My favorite.
And we're all in the room together. I'm actually currently touching Francis' leg. Does that tickle?
Just a little.
Francis, quarterbacks.
Stop now.
Quarterbacks now, please. Quarterbacks now.
All right, let's hop into it. Francis, hit us off with the QBs this week.
I'm doing quarterbacks this week. Something a little different. I'm not gonna lie. For top picks, there's 3 guys that I'm eyeing. So the third one, I will do an honorable mention.
Honor.
Okay.
But yeah, the first guy, I cannot not like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, no.
Especially against Washington. Jalen Hurts is great for fantasy football.
Against who?
Great. Against Washington.
The Manders?
The Manders?
The
Manders?
The Manders. The commies.
The Commies?
The Carson Commies?
Yeah. All that.
Yeah.
I like the matchup. I know it's a division game, so I gotta mute his mic. Okay. All right, let's recollect ourselves. We can't talk about the Manders on this show. We can't do it. It's too much.
Let me know out there in the comments how many of you guys are salamandrians.
Salamandrians.
Oh man. I hate the name. I still hate it.
We all do.
It still hasn't grown yet. It still hasn't grown. But all right. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has only thrown for 1 touchdown.
But that's
through
okay.
2 games.
But that's okay.
Through 2 games has only thrown 1 touchdown. First week put up 24 points. Second week put up 37 points.
With 1 touchdown.
He is just with one throwing touchdown. This man
Karan
is a point machine. Especially the Eagles defense is playing nice. So the offense is getting a lot of opportunity to get back onto the field. through both games, he's had rushing attempts in the double digits. First week was 17 rushing attempts.
Mm-hmm.
Second week, 11 rushing attempts. 3 total rushing touchdowns.
Yes.
So Jalen Hurts, I know it's a division game. It's risky because division games could get funky sometimes. They could leave your head scratching. Mm-hmm. But it is the Manders, and we don't respect them. So the Eagles, they're looking great. A.J. Brown has definitely upgraded that team. Mm-hmm. They should steamroll the Washington Manders. It should be a 40. It should be 40-0.
Terrible.
So moving on from Jalen Hurts, second one, I am gonna go out on a limb here and say this is where Joe Burrow comes back to his form and puts it on the Jets. Yeah. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon. Mix and match any of those. I think they're all in for a big game here against the Jets.
There. I see what you did there.
He don't even know what he did.
Nope. He really did it.
But Joe Money Burrow he's not who he's been these last 2 weeks. He's gotten sacked 12 times?
The line is terrible.
The line is terrible, but they're going to address that. They're addressing that every week. They're going to tune it up. They're going to make adjustments.
Offensive line coach.
They're probably going to fire his ass if it's another poor showing against the Jets. Mm-hmm. But
just got you.
We know Joe Burrow. We know him. We know where he can play at. We know his level. We know his connection with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And when that offense is firing at all cylinders, it's great to watch. So I think Joe Burrow has a bounce back game. It's a pretty good matchup for him this week. The honorable mention I do want to mention is Matthew Stafford, right under him. Ooh. They're $100 a pop. I feel like for a reason. I feel like one of these is the dud and one of them is the spike. But I do like both matchups for these quarterbacks. Especially like Doug said, like Cooper Kupp is just always going to be open. It does not matter the matchup. Does not matter the matchup. The man just gets open. And Matthew Stafford goes for the ride. So if Allen Robinson can just step up a little bit, or Tyler Higbee even has a game this matchup, Matthew Stafford's numbers could get pretty good. He could have a potential 3 to 4 touchdown game over 300 yards.
Get some fluff.
Yeah, he just needs Allen Robinson and Higbee to come along with the ride with Cooper Kupp, and he could get there. But I do like the matchup. I like it against the Arizona Cardinals. Moving on to value. I like Derek Carr because I like Devontae Adams this week. Derek Carr against the Titans. The Titans are garbage. I don't
know what happened, but they're garbage.
If you guys need, I don't know if you're going to say I'm saying it too early or if you guys need more data, but I can comfortably say the Titans are ass right now. They lost Jim Brown, and they lost all respect on the passing game, on the outside, on stretching the field. People are containing Derrick Henry because there is no fear in that wide receiver room at all. And then when you have at least when the Eagles had a very garbage wide receiver room, Jalen Hurts made up for it and competed in games. Mm-hmm. The Titans have a garbage wide receiver room and Ryan Tannehill. Put that together.
Ryan Tannehill. Tell me what you get.
Tell me what you get. So, yes, teams are now, it's going to be easier to contain Derrick Henry. You don't have an A.J. Brown to strike fear on the outside. A.J. Brown was catching some bombs last season. And every season he was there. So the Titans have quickly become a bottom 5 team, in my opinion. They're playing that way. Yeah. And it's not like they really have a solid defense to fall back onto either to make it a grindy game. Their defense is very mediocre so far. So I think Devontae Adams is in for a huge game this week. I think Derek Carr goes for the ride. I think Waller also. I think that offense has the weapons to put up a lot of points against the Titans.
Yeah.
So I think Derek Carr is a good value play this week. Second one at 5,500 is going to be Mariota against the Seahawks.
Yeah, I like him.
I will stand by my theory. I think Mariota, at least 1 week this season, is on the Millionaire Maker winning lineup. I think Mariota, as a value play, eventually will be on the winning lineup for the Millionaire Maker. And this is a nice matchup for him this week against the Seattle Seahawks. It is at Seattle. It is at Seattle, but Mariota is also one of those dual threat guys. And when you look at his rushing attempts, he had 12 in the first game and he had 6 in the second game, but he went up against an LA Rams defense. So you can't really fault him for that. He grinded out 16 points in that matchup.
Good for him. Good for him.
But Mariota is in for some big games, especially with those soft defense matchups. I think he is fast enough to gain a lot of yards on the ground. I think his arm is good enough to throw a couple of touchdowns against a soft defense. So I think Mariota with the right matchup could have some really good numbers. And at 5,500, if he could get you to 25 to 30 points, which I think versus the Seahawks is very possible if he put up 20 points against New Orleans.
Yeah.
He could definitely get there. So Mariota, that would be my second value play, and that pretty much wraps it up for my list. So who do you guys like?
I just want to say Geno Smith is
Schmitty
so far down. He's with Brian Hoyer, Nick Foles, and Drew Lock. Drew Lock is above him, and he started.
That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
Okay, my value is Geno Smith is 5,000.
At least 5,100 and Drew Lock 5,000. Like fuck.
But
all right.
I really do like Mariota a lot, though. I do think this. If he's gonna give you a 30-point game this year, it's gonna be this one. It gotta be
this one.
It gotta
has to be.
But
yeah,
I'm gonna give you a name. Kind of a dice roll, but I don't know why I feel good about him this week because I feel like their confidence is building in Jaguar land, and I think Trevor Lawrence against the Chargers might have a 20-point game. I'm just gonna say he's gonna have a 2 TD game.
Whoa.
Hey, you sipping on something?
I am. I'm sipping on that Jag juice.
Yo, what?
Duval, baby.
Man, I would think you'd pick Justin Fields first over Lawrence.
Not with that line. At least Jack kind of got a line. Justin Fields running for his life out there.
Still develop some points.
Look at Fields' numbers and look at. I just want to where's he at? Look at boy put up.
Look at the last 2 defenses he fucking played against.
I mean,
bro, Tannehill put up 2.
But Houston, that's a nice team.
Look up how many points Tannehill put up in week 2, bro. I can't.
He's garbage.
Did he play a full 4 quarters?
Yeah.
It's a full 4? Bro, there's no reason anyone should ever play Tannehill ever again without AJ Brown.
I got a great honorable mention.
Okay.
What about fucking Jared fucking Goff?
Yes, he deserves an honorable mention, especially with the matchup.
Yeah,
I agree.
I
agree.
That Minnesota matchup going to be a shootout. If anything, it's going to be. They're both going to score over 30 points. So I really think Jared Goff is actually going to have a good game. Plus, he knows how to protect the football, but also maximize his weapons. Meaning, hey, I'm going to throw it short. You guys do the rest and pad my stats up for me.
Yeah.
Because all he has to do is do a little doinker to Swift or St. Brown, and they just get all the yaks.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, if he wants to sling the ball a little bit downhill, he could do that. He could do it.
Yeah.
He could. The yak Yaks could really help him get over the 300-yard mark.
Yeah,
for the bonus points.
Mm-hmm.
Just a quick honorable mention too for the top dollar guys. 7,900. I mean, as trash as the Colts been looking, I mean, I can see Patty Mahomes slapping that defense up.
Yeah, actually, that's a good call out because this man hasn't thrown an interception yet. Mm-hmm. He's on fire through two games already has 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah, and he's going against the Colts.
The only thing is, it could be a trap. It could be a trap.
Could be.
You know, because
out of all these, Hurts has to be the trap because that's just too fucking juicy. Like, there's no 7,600.
Yeah. No, and that's why it's so interesting because like when you're making these lineups, right, and you're going through like the different price ranges. So we're kind of stuck between Mahomes and Hurts. They're right next to each other. Mm-hmm. Stafford, Burrow, right next to each other. Mm-hmm. Carr, Goff, right next to each other. And then Mariota would be paired up with like Fields, but that's an easy pick.
Hey, the biggest gap is Tua and Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen at 82 hundo. Tua at 61 hundo.
But would you risk playing Tua?
I wouldn't risk playing either.
I don't know. I would play Josh Allen. Josh Allen, that boy.
Yeah, it's just he's a little pricey, and I feel like I feel like the Dolphins' defense will actually wake up this game.
You know, the more I look at it, I really do think it's either Mahomes or Hurts. Like if you're gonna go like safe, expensive. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're gonna go pricey and at this slot, I think it's between those two guys.
Mahomes and Hurts are the right price for like what their ceiling could be for these games. Like
for these games,
even their like
Josh Allen, you're asking him to get to 36, maybe. Mm-hmm. Mahomes and Hurts, you're asking them to get to 30. Mm-hmm. And I think they can do that. But yeah, it just depends how you structure your lineups, what games you pick on.
Yep.
All right, you want to review your picks and then let's pick a Buds and Sports QB?
All right. Francis, top quarterback picks for DraftKings week 3, starting with Jalen Hurts at 7,600 against the Washington Commanders. It is going to be Joe Burrow comeback game at 6,600 at the New York Jets. Mention is going to be Matthew Stafford right below him, 6,500 against the Cardinals. Value pick. 2 value picks at 5,900. First one's going to be Derek Carr at Titans. And for extreme value, 5,500. Potential for high ceiling. Dual threat quarterback, Marcus Mariota. Is that his first name? Did I get it right? Yes, I did.
I thought he was about to say Geno Smith.
Yeah, here's Marcus.
Geno, chill. All right. And handing the ball off. Who am I handing it off to?
Well,
we got to pick our quarterback.
Yeah, we got to pick our quarterback.
Oh.
Offsides.
This is going to be interesting.
On Francis. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
My bad.
Honestly, if I feel like if we're gonna go top dollar this week on quarterback, I kind of think it should be Hurts. Like juicy. Like I'm salivating right now on the mic. Yo. If we're gonna if we're gonna go value, then I also really like Mariota too. So that's my opinion.
All right. I'm gonna make a case for Hurts, and let me see if I can also make a case for Mariota.
I mean, I can make a case for both of them for sure.
I mean, I could too. So
it's like which one we want. It's just a matter of, to me, do we want to go top dollar position or save some money?
You know me. Okay, I like when a player is currently on a streaky trend, because those tend to end. And all I'm saying is AJ Brown doesn't have a touchdown yet. Okay, He's getting the volume, he's getting the targets, but he through 2 weeks does not have a touchdown yet.
So he breaks that this week, you think?
I feel like, yes. I feel like A.J. Brown is too fucking talented to go 3 full football games without getting in the end zone.
Well, you don't need to convince me more. Jalen Hurts, come on down.
But also, Drake London is getting amazing production. And he only has 1 touchdown through 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So if you decide to stack so this is a value stack, and so we're basically choosing between a heavy stack because Hurts and AJ Brown are pricey, or we're gonna go value stack with Mariota and London, and then start building from there.
Mm-hmm. Well, then we can skip the pick for now, move on to RBs and make the choice after, or we could just make the pick now and switch it up.
Let's talk through each position. And then I feel like once we talk about it, we'll get a good idea of what stack we like.
All right, well, hand that ball off then.
Well, fuck.
Unless you wanted to just make a pick right now, we could do that too.
Nah, I'm cool with it.
Okay. Handing the ball off to Spuddy, correct?
Yeah, that's me.
Spuddy, take us away with the running back.
All right, well, we already know running backs are fucking thin this year. Like, fuck. Like, if anything last week showed us, don't trust your RB1s. Not all the time. Not all the time. Sometimes. So, with that being said, I got your running backs for this week. Probably the best valued top dollar guy right now on the market will have to be DeAndre Swift at 7,200. Yes, don't be fooled by the Q. This man has permanently added that to his name.
No, his profile picture has the Q on it. So
DeAndre Swift. Yeah, this normal. Go through it. Matchup is nice against the Vikings. They got torched up last Monday night game against the Eagles.
Fucking torch.
And the thing is, I feel like Lions don't give a fuck and will run the score on them.
I hope so.
Yeah, break their fucking kneecaps, brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, so I like the matchup. DeAndre Swift, he already played 2 games in a row. Let's make it 3. He's a dual threat guy when it comes to catching and running the ball. So
yes,
I like it. Probably one of the better performing running backs this year so far.
So far.
Because we don't know what we're going to get. Because Taylor dudded it. McCaffrey.
Hey, Taylor didn't dud it. The Colts dudded
it. True, but still, if you pick Taylor, you're fucked.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Henry really fucking dudded it. Yeah, all of that. Louder.
You know, it's like I want to fade Henry just because of the reasons I explained. Like Titans don't have a balanced offense, but if Henry were to have a big game, I feel like Raiders would be against the Raiders.
It's funny, it's funny how you say that because he is my next pick.
Nice.
He was literally my next pick. 8,100 Derrick Henry against the fucking Las Vegas Raiders. Of course it would happen to the Raiders.
Of course.
Yeah, for some reason, they're not going to allow Derrick Henry to only rush for 25 again.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah. It can't be possible. If it happens again, Titans are ranked 32. They're ranked 32. I don't care. They're ranked 32.
You're running back in your defense. Doo-doo.
Yeah. Raiders have never been a real good run-stopping defense for a while now. Nope. And I can really see Derrick Henry going for 150 yards this week.
It would literally be Raiders versus Henry at that point. I still think Raiders take it, but Henry makes it a nasty game.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel.
That's how I read this game.
There's a good chance we might see a Willis glimpse in the second half.
Willis.
Mm-hmm. A little bit earlier than we expected. A little bit earlier than we expected.
Nah, Willis McGahee.
No. I still say the pick 6 against the Texans. That's my
The pick six against the Texans.
I'm not saying a full takeover, but he's dipping his toes in. He's going to be dipping his toes in it. Trust.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like Derrick Henry against the Raiders. Good matchup. Soft run defense. Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my 2 top dollar guys. And now, 6,000 and less value picks. I like Cordell Patterson. I do. 5,800.
CPAT.
Because
CPAT.
here's the thing. He's not going to technically go over 100 yards with rushing or receiving. Total yards, he's going to be over 100 yards. And he'll have at least 1 touchdown, I feel. I feel like I feel like that's the plan for Cordell Patterson. He might even have 2 touchdowns this game. I feel like an explosive play is going to come from him. Pause. But anywho, yeah, Cordell Patterson, have a day against the Seattle Seahawks team that is a little soft.
Well, like grabbing butts.
Exactly.
A little bit.
Exactly. Now, for this value pick, it's a little bit harder because we're really trying to figure out who's actually just going to get touches and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Because there are a number of gentlemen that we all want to pick, but at the same time, will they be getting the touches or not? With that being said, for some reason, I have good feelings about this young man. We've already said this team, who they're going against one time, but fuck. When you're going against the Manders, why not pick another running back? Miles Sanders, get up on there.
I like it.
You know, the Eagles are probably going to be in the running to be the best run offense team. And they do a good job at it. Not going to lie. Miles Sanders has been very productive. Not groundbreaking, but productive enough that I say, you know what? I could add him onto my roster. If we want to start off with low value type of players, Miles Sanders is a great option to start off on and just kind of build around that.
He's flirting with the 100-yard mark.
Exactly.
Like, you have to believe that he can get there on one of these games.
Here's the thing. It's Eagles' fault because they love fucking splitting up the carries. Like, Boston Scott will probably have 5 carries. You're like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have Gainwell that takes away some of his carries as well, too. I like Gainwell, though, but at the same time, like, dude, like, what about Miles Sanders? Not only that, it's like Jalen Hurts is running the ball as well. So it's kind of thin, but still. Yards per carry for Miles Sanders is pretty damn good. He still gets the job done. And I can see him going around like 80 to 100 yards with a touchdown this week.
Yeah.
And for running backs, I mean, that's pretty good right now. If they have that type of volume right now with a touchdown and like 80 plus yards, that's a dub at the running back position right now, just because of how trash running back position has been lately. Just the thinness there, very unreliable, I guess you could say, to count on every single running back to do their job. I mean, we saw it last week. Main guys not getting in top 5 numbers. It is what it is. But yes, those are my guys for this week. Any honorable mentions? Anyone that, you know, could be sneaking into breaker lineups?
It's super thin.
Do you think McKissick will have a breakout game?
Nah.
McKissick.
I'm going to tell you the one value guy that could have a breakout game. 5,900 Montgomery. That Houston-Chicago game, none of them have offense. And I feel like it's going to come down to just who can score. And I feel like the Bears will move the ball enough to give Montgomery the opportunities to get in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
And he got 15 attempts last week, 17 the week before. So they're using him. They got no O-line, but like I said, they move the ball. They don't take that Green Bay game. Like, they're always just garbage against Green Bay. Don't know what it is. But against a weaker I know defense got the line and they're going to get after it, which is why I feel like this game is going to be a low-scoring, but I can't see Montgomery possibly ending this game with 2 TDs to seal the dub, maybe ending with 18 to 20 points. Well, just solid for a running back these days.
These days.
But yeah, he's probably the other guy, maybe. But I mean, if I had to pick, and right below him for cheapers is Cordero, and if I had to pick between the two, I would pick Patterson. But if you want to go the Montgomery route, he's there.
Yeah,
I like it.
Montgomery's still getting his touches, and he is on a streak of no touchdowns. He got over 100 yards, but last game.
Yeah.
Montgomery is a solid start.
Definitely
a solid start.
I like it.
5,900. I do have a feeling because the attention has been a lot on the wide receivers. And so I do have a feeling this is a bounce back week for some running backs. There are some good matchups. I can't count Dalvin Cook out. I can't. He is too talented. He has not gotten the volume that he normally gets. He's at 0 touchdowns through 2 weeks. And he's getting a handful of targets in the passing game each game. He has 11 total targets through 2 weeks. So against this Lions matchup at home, I really like Dalvin Cook. Makes me a little nervous that Madison is priced higher than a lot of RB1s that are on the team, their own team. Why DraftKings did that, I don't know. I don't know if they see a very split type of workload for this matchup, because Madison has gone off against the Lions too. Like I said, when Dalvin Cook got injured and Madison had to play, I remember it was the first game that Madison had to start was against the Lions, and he went off.
Trust, I remember.
He went off.
I got spanked that day in fantasy.
So I'm not sure. Maybe they priced him that way just in case Dalvin Cook goes down during the game and Madison takes over.
Probably.
But yeah, I know that the Lions, they're competing, but they have I still think the stronger part of that team is their offense. Their defense is getting some pieces, but they're not there yet.
Yeah.
And Aiden Hutchinson, I still believe, is going to be a great player, a great pass rusher. My only critique with him is he needs to put on more muscle, and that will happen over time. But I think he needs to get a little stronger. His bag is as deep as Nick Bosa's. When you watch his film, he can beat guys in so many different ways. But the difference between him and Bosa is Bosa came into the league super buff already. And he had a lot of strength already, and he's even bigger now. So I think as soon as Hutchinson puts on a little bit of weight, he's going to be great. So I think next year you could see Hutchinson have an excellent season. Not to say that he's not going to have an impact this year, but the Lions defense is still the weaker side. Dalvin Cook, great play, 7,900.
Real quick, I feel like for you guys out there, could be wrong, but I feel like stay away from Aaron Jones this week, because I feel like this dude always does this. He'll have a 30-point game and go off, and then people are like, "Oh my god, Aaron Jones!"
Yeah.
And that's the next game.
Hey, that's the trap. That's the trap right there.
Yeah, I feel like stay away from Aaron Jones this week. I said, could be wrong, but from what I know, yeah.
What he's shown us, fuck him. Nope, we're not going with him.
I mean, this matchup shouldn't be favorable for him because the Bucs defense is nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the strongest part of their team right now because their offense is banged up, but the Bucs defense is keeping that team together.
Yep.
So I don't even if there's a fear that AJ Dillon gets a nice big workload, I don't think either of them are being that productive against the Bucs.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, just
All right.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it for me. You want to review, and then we can see what we pick for the lineup.
Didn't I already review?
No,
I'll let you guys decide. I mean, I thought I already ran it down, but it's all good. All right, review. Fuck it. Top dollar. We got Derrick Henry, 8,100 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Up next, we got DeAndre Swift against the Minnesota Vikings, 7,200. Value. We got Cordell Patterson at 5,800 against the Seahawks. Last but not least, Miles Sanders at 5,500 against the who? The Manders.
I was like, I don't know.
The Manders.
Fucking salamanders.
Sammy D. Salamander over here. Those are the running backs for this week. Write them down. Switch them up. I don't know what the hell you want to do with it. But we got some Buds and Sports lineups to do. So who do we got for our sports lineup?
How do you feel about Henry? Like, I kind of like Swift better than Henry.
I like Swift better than Henry. But at the same time, I'm like, I see Henry going off against this weak Raider defense. But I'm still putting my money on Swift. I feel like he'll have a great game against Minnesota more than, The thing is, it's hard for me to convince myself that Derrick Henry is going to have a groundbreaking game. Keyword groundbreaking game. Because
at that price, it has to be.
It has to be. And the fact that everyone knows that they're going to run, it lowers my confidence that Henry is going to have a groundbreaking game. He'll have a great game, not groundbreaking where breaks the slate type of shit.
All right, well, when you put it like that, I like one of two things. I either like Swift and Patterson or Patterson and Sanders. But I do like Patterson this week a lot.
See? What do you think about that?
Or if you guys like Sanders better than Patterson, then I don't mind Swift and Sanders.
It really just depends how you want to go. If you want to go more safe, you pick Sanders. If you want more boom with that shit, Patterson's the way to go.
Shit, I'm a boom type of guy. Boom, boom, boom. I need you in my room.
Together. Forever. Boom, boom.
East West carry.
I thought he was about to sing it.
Caught me too.
Right under his breath.
I'm trying to see if Falcons have the intention to really make Tyler, what's his name, Tyler Algier, like more of the main back. Mm-hmm. And trying to see if they split carries, but
which is dumb because you see how explosive Patterson could be, and they're like,
exactly.
I don't know if I want him to be the featured guy.
No, I feel like
he is an interesting play this week. He is very interesting. I kind of want to play him over Sanders, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I think AJ Brown has the bigger game in that game than Sanders does.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, you know what? I think Miles Sanders is going to have enough of an impact to really switch it up between
Swift and Patterson. Come on down.
Change the slate and shit like that. Really,
yeah.
Because you want. I think at some point you got to pick something that's going to differentiate you and other people's lineups and shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm down for Swift and Patterson if you guys are.
I'm with it.
Say less.
Nice. Ooh,
all right,
receivers.
You already know the vibes. Yo, what up, team? It's your boy, wide receiver gang over here, led by that boy, 2 girls, 1 coop, 9,900. I can't. Just cannot not take him. This guy's
Crazy,
a 30-point
man.
machine.
You're fucking crazy, man.
34, 35. I don't give a damn if he's almost 10,000.
You said 2 girls,
I
1
know.
coop. Yo.
What do you want me to say? The Cooper Spooper?
Maybe.
But I do like Cooper Cup a lot this week. It's just, I mean, how can you not? Like I said, he's a 30-point machine. He just is. Like, he's always open. He always gets the ball. Stafford loves him. Like it. I know he's a lot, but like I said, if you want a guy that you know is at least his floor is 30, literally his floor is 30. I don't know. I can't pass that up.
Put him on the team.
Cooper Cup. Cooper Cup's on the team. There's 3 guys all in a row that I'm looking at that have all 3 I think could break the slate this week. And it's just, I don't know which one. It's either Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase, or Stephon Diggs. And if I had to pick one out of the 3, they're all good matchups, I feel like.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Yeah, they are.
if I had to pick one, I'd probably go Jamar Chase right in the middle, 8,100. Going against that weaker Jets defense. I do agree with Francis. I do think the Bengals bounce back hard this week. 0-2, they're not, and it's not time to press the panic button or nothing, but you do need this win against the Jets.
You have to start winning some games. Yes.
Yeah, you lose and go down 0-3 and you lose to the Jets.
Hey, all I got to say this. For some reason, I have the Jets pulling the upset. I feel like the storyline continues that this previous Super Bowl contender team just keeps on going down. That's the kind of like the script that's going in my head right now.
Yeah, I'm like the complete opposite. I think Bengals are about to clap them.
Hey, I hope so. I hope I'm wrong.
But either way, even if they do lose this game, I still think Jamar Chase has a big game.
Mm-hmm.
At least 25 points and up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are my 2 top value guys. But I do, like I said, those 3 guys I mentioned, I think you're solid with either one of those 3. Those are all 3 good matchups.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know I went expensive with those guys, but I think those are this year. Those guys are the most, I want to say trustworthy, but they have the biggest boom for like the teams they're playing. Because I'm looking down, and you got a couple in the 6,700s that look really good. I mean, Waddle's there, McLaurin's there. I really wanted to pick Christian Kirk this week. I don't know, like. I have a weird feeling about that Chargers-Jags game, man. Like, telling you, Jags they're a little spicy this year. But let's go down below the 6,000 and go into the value games. And we talked about it earlier. This could be an Adam Thielen game at 5,900. This could be an Adam Thielen game.
Could be.
Everybody thinks this game is going to be a shootout. I agree. I think this game is going to be a high-scoring game. And they're going to be focused on JJ. I still think JJ gets his, but this might be the one game where Thielen shines more and has a better fantasy day. But yeah, I think that's a good pick. Looking down the list, yeah, there's a lot of it's real scary Terry out here, you know what I'm saying? But we'll go all the way down. We're going to go all the way down to come down here to the bottom with me. 4,800. I like Jarvis Landry this week against Carolina.
I like it.
4,800. They're going against Carolina, which is a weaker team. I know it's a divisional game. I know you got Michael Thomas there, but J-Bo likes Landry for some reason. And I think oh, no, okay, he doesn't. So his first game, he had 7 receptions, 114 yards, got 21 points, no TD. Second game, they went against Tampa Bay, which is always one of those grittier, like low-scoring games. He only got 6 points. Yeah. But, again, that was one of those, like, for some reason, Bucs Saints games are always gritty. So if it's anything like Atlanta and he's getting those targets and with no touchdowns, I think he gets a touchdown this week. Like Francis said, I think the trend breaks and he breaks through and he gets the touchdown this week against Carolina. And at 4,800, if he just gets you above 15, that is a W, and I think he will do that. So those are my 4 guys this week, my 2 top guys and my 2 value guys. Who you guys liking this week?
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs. Yeah, like I said, either one of those 3 are. But Diggs has been on a tirade. 29, 47, 47.
Waddle's priced pretty good for the production he's done.
Right. Yeah. Who were your top? You said Jamar Chase and who?
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. Goddamn Cooper Kupp over here catching all the balls.
I mentioned earlier, I really like Devontae Adams bounce back week.
You also like that Drake London matchup too, right?
I really like London's matchup against the Seahawks. Yeah, as a value play, 5,800. London's gonna be nice for the Falcons.
Do we like Garrett Wilson?
Garrett Wilson is very interesting because he showed us a peek of what could be, but that's the thing. It's so new that it's like, is he one of those guys that give you these games once in a while where like, hey, this is my ceiling, but my floor can also be very low and you might have run into some of that shit. Or is it his breakout game where it's like, okay, this kid is talented. We can't not give him the ball. And then his volume kind of stays high for the rest of the season. Elijah Moore has fallen around the middle of the pack of that room. Garrett Wilson and Corey Davis.
Yeah, Corey Davis has been solid
too. So Elijah Moore is the one that he's left out with the touch. He doesn't have a touchdown.
No tutty for him.
And he has mid-level production. His yardage isn't crazy. His volume isn't crazy. He's involved. He's there. But I think you're looking for the higher ceiling guys. It's Corey Davis or Garrett Wilson if you're going to pick some Jet players. So yeah. And then Allen Robinson, just because everyone forgot about him, and I think he needs to be more involved in this offense. In week 2, they did tick his targets up by 3, went from 2 to 5. So I think Allen Robinson is going to get involved a little more this coming week. So if Matthew Stafford's gonna have a game, it's gonna come from all his weapons.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think they do want to get Robinson the ball like a lot more.
Yeah,
It's just I feel like with Stafford's like, well, I would get him involved. How am I not gonna get a cup? He's always open, dude. What do you want me to do? But I like all those too. Anybody else you like?
You, Spuddy?
I was just naming off some names. I mean, they're all receiving wise. It's like, I don't know. Darnell Mooney needs to have a bounce back game.
On the Budget Sports lineup, though, I will say Drake London did kind of slip down for me and slip my mind. I kind of do like him a lot if we paired him with Mariota. That might be a good little value stack.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. Curtis Samuels has been pretty consistent for the Manders.
He has.
Because
he has.
The thing about him, though, too, is this offense can still be stagnant, but he can still produce.
Yeah.
Just because of how they use him.
Exactly. Yeah.
So. I think he's a little underpriced still at 5,100, but I think he's priced that way because in each game, he got a touchdown, right? So if you took those touchdowns away, he's in the mid-teens, which is fine. That's fine. I think Curtis Samuel is like, I'm not going to be mad at you if you put him there. He's 5,100. And if he's getting rushing attempts with the volume in the passing game, then he is a he is a solid play. It's just the Eagles' defense is pretty good too.
It is.
I don't know. It just depends. Like if you think, because like how much better is the Lions' offense than Washington's offense? Do you have it much better or a little better?
Yeah.
Like, because they're both kind of. I just feel like Washington has like the bootleg versions of what the Lions have. Like Amon St. Brown, like your value Amon St. Brown is Curtis Samuel. And then your value of Swift is Gibson. So like can Washington move the ball on the Eagles? Yes, I think, but I also think they're going to be trailing the whole time. So you really hope that Curtis Samuel gets in the end zone. That's what you're hoping for. But yeah, if he gets back up to the 20s at 5,100, yeah, that's a great play. I still think he's underpriced. So,
oh my bad.
Go for it. No, I'm done.
I was gonna say, you know who else could possibly be for the price they are? 3,900. Perryman. If Evans don't play, if Julio don't play, if Godwin doesn't come back,
Perryman. Wait, are they all hard questionables?
Hard question. Like Godwin
really?
or Jones didn't practice this week. And Gage is also hurt. Perriman's gonna get the start, but he hurt too. Like, name him.
Why is everyone hurt?
I don't know what's going on in that wide receiver, but everyone. That's why it was like a big thing that Evans got like that suspension. Like, bro, we need you. Like,
bro, even Scotty Miller is dealing with a calf injury. Yo, this room got destroyed.
But Perryman practiced this week, and he's supposed to get the start and play. And if he gets the start, Brady looked for him last week, got him a TD. If he's gonna be the one, Brady's gonna be looking for him. I mean, who else is there? So that could be a value pick at 3,900 if all these guys I'm mentioning are gonna be out. Which, like I said, Julio. Evans for sure out. He's suspended. Julio and Gallup both missed all practice this week. Like, they didn't go to today's practice. Like, Perriman's practicing, so he's at least capable to get on the field and practice. But yeah, Julio and Godwin didn't practice this week so far. So it's thin out in Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa's looking a little rough.
But yeah, I do like I said, I do like London line for quarterback. I think that'd be a nice little value pair that people might not be looking at. We can,
yeah.
If you guys want to go that route, if not, I still think I like London on the squad for his price, good cheap pricing. If you guys want to go like high value, like at least one high value guy, I think. I do like either one of these three, Adams, Chase, or Diggs. I like either one of those three, honestly. Like, I think all three of those guys have potential to at least hit 30 this week.
Adams, Chase, or Diggs.
Adams is the most expensive. Chase is like the middle guy, and Diggs is the cheapest, which is crazy.
Diggs is coming off a 3 touchdown performance. He scored week 1 as well.
I was saying, he looks like he's
Miami. He's in form. Man is in form. The man is in form. I wouldn't mind playing him either.
So out of those three, do we like Diggs the best? Because I think out of the three, Diggs has the best quarterback right now, for sure, and the best team. So the highest chance to at least like blow Miami out, if Miami's really frauds like that. Because I don't think this is going to be a defensive game. I think this game is either going to be a Buffalo blowout or a shootout where Buffalo still wins.
I think it's a shootout. I think this game is a shootout. or actually, exactly what Doug said is the only two possible outcomes I can see.
Yeah.
Exactly what Dougie said. So we could do Diggs. You know what? I like that because I don't think he's going to be chalky at all. I think a lot of the focus is those top three guys. Devontae Adams, Jefferson, and Kupp, just because they all have great matchups and who they are.
Yeah.
So
like I said, people who like to go wide receiver heavy, how do you not look at Kupp and be like, yeah, easy Kupp, you know?
Yeah. So I do like Diggs. I think out of that bunch, at least out of the top 5 receivers, he will be one of the less owned out of the 5. So we could do that. I feel comfortable going Diggs.
Talk to me. All right. Now our next two.
Two.
So how do you guys feel about London this? Like I said, I really like the London pick for some reason. Yay, nay.
No, I'm with London. If you guys are.
I'm totally
do
like
it.
you. You ain't gotta convince me, brother.
All right, so far we got Diggs, London.
We might be able to go kind of high here if we end up going Mariota over Hurts. Or if we go Hurts, I mean, like I said, there are some pretty good low value guys.
Nah, if we're not gonna go Hurts because we don't have AJ Brown on this roster lineup. If we were gonna go Hurts, we would have to include AJ Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, we still can.
Well, let's finish off the tight end and defense, and we'll kind of go there. I mean, we still got a receiver slot still open, but you know.
Yeah,
Let's see what we can fill.
Tight end, honestly, just pick one of the top 3. All 3 of them boys show up every week. Kelsey has a weak matchup against the Colts. 7,900. He's the most priciest, but I mean, you know, we know what he's capable of when he's on. Mark Andrews, 6,900. He's $1,000 cheaper, and he could be just as good as Kelsey on some days. He also has a weaker matchup against New England, but New England still is New England. I mean, I know they're pretty sorry, but we don't ever doubt Bill Belichick and our defense. So that could be a little shaky, but like I said, you know, he's one of the best tight ends in the league. And then right below him, Darren Waller for another $1,100 cheaper. Has a great matchup against Tennessee. I think either one of these 3 guys with their matchups have the capability of hitting the 30s or 25. So I think either one of those 3, you know, where depending on where you're sitting at in salary, I think are all great picks.
Sheesh.
But I know Spuddy usually goes digging in the tight end pool at the.
Yep, I'm digging. I've been digging.
Mo Alley Cox.
No. No.
I like his name.
Really. I like Ive Smith Jr. It seems like they were kind of using him a little bit in that blowout game. Now the question is, I don't know if they're just using him because of the blowout game, but
yeah,
they did give him some opportunities. He did score a touchdown. So only touchdown that the Vikings scored that game, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. I wouldn't even be mad at Evan Ingram
at this point.
Yeah, Evan Ingram. He had 11 points last game against the Colts. If there was, I guess, somewhat of a weakness for the Chargers, it would use the tight end, because I feel like the weakest spot in the defense is like the linebacker position. So covering tight ends, they might have trouble. So I feel like Evan Ingram should have a solid game as well.
Yeah. I feel like another guy you can try to take a chance on just because of the team he's on right now is Cameron Brate, Tampa Bay's tight end. Like we just talked about, their wide receivers are banged up, so tight end play could be good for that game just because, like, Tom Brady don't got many other options, and Brate's been on the team. He's the clear one now in that room with Gronk gone, so could dice roll, like I said, but could be a chance for at least a cool 15-point game, maybe more. But yeah, with that hurt wide receiver room, the tight end could see a little more action.
A little bit more.
But like I said,
they usually
if you
have
want to
Brate,
take a dice roll.
Yeah, they usually have Brate blocking now since the Bucks are kind of struggling with the line right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but like I said, dice roll.
As a value play, like if we're saying that Bengals are going to bounce back, I like Hayden Hurst at 39. Because he's getting the targets. I think out of almost every tight end in 3K range, he has the most consistent target floor. So week 1 he has 8, week 2 he has 7. He's just missing a touchdown.
Really? Yeah.
And I think this matchup is a good matchup to kind of bet on that, especially since he's gone the first 2. See, what I like a guy that has a good amount of targets, but isn't getting in the end zone, because eventually those targets are going to lead to a touchdown.
Unless you're Kyle
Pitts. Unless you're Pitts, but is Pitts even getting the targets? No.
Yeah. Oh, no?
No, consistently, no. Like, week 1 was 7, but it wasn't efficient. He only caught 2 of them. And then week 2, it dropped to 3. And he only caught 2 of those.
Yeah, I think Mariota's like in London a little.
No, he definitely has a better feel for London. And I just don't think Falcons are figuring it out with Pitts. He shouldn't be this unproductive.
He really shouldn't, bro.
He really shouldn't. He was a very talented player coming out of college, and he had all the tools to be a great tight end in the league. The way the league uses tight ends, I think it's more of the Falcons' playbook, just not getting him open. And then the other name I like Higbee too, because Higbee hasn't scored, and he is averaging 10 targets a game. Week 2 he got 11 targets. Week 1 got 11 targets. Week 2 got 9 targets for a total of 20. So he is averaging 10 targets a game. And Higbee scores touchdowns every year. So I think he's due. Yeah. I think he's due. I think his stat line could very much look like 8-9 targets with like 6-7 receptions and a touchdown. So yeah, I really don't feel like this is the week to go top on tight ends. I think you can find plenty of value play and matchups in the 4 and 3K range.
Mm-hmm. Who do you go with?
Who do y'all really, really like, though?
Travis Kelce.
Shit. Break the fucking bank.
In the lower range, I don't mind Higbee, honestly. I think every point you made was correct. He's due for a touchdown. It's just a matter of when it comes. Could be this one.
Yeah.
I mean, he it's crazy to say because Kelce put up more points. Obviously, he got more production, but Higbee is out targeting Kelce through 2 weeks.
What I do notice with the Rams, like last week when they were ahead by a lot and thought the game was in the bag before the Falcons came back, for some reason Stafford started going to Higbee tough,
heavy.
Like even my dad was like, "Damn, to Higbee." So yeah, he does get the targets, and I do agree.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get a touchdown sooner or later one of these games, and could be this one. So
All
I don't mind plugging in Higbee.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
All right,
Let's do it.
now defense. I got one for you guys already. Don't even touch that dial. 2,600. Let's go those Houston boys. Get Chicago. They got a line, and Chicago don't. I think Houston might be a good play against Chicago, personally.
I like it.
And at 2,600, you can't beat that.
Can't beat it.
But what are some other defenses you guys are looking at this week?
I like my value play defense. I'm being biased because I'm starting them in my fantasy league this week. Texans 2,600.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh, sorry.
Listen, you know what defense that I like, and it kind of like a sleeper in a way. Falcons. I think Falcons could cause some turnovers, get some points.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes they scored 16 points. They did 16 points last week.
They did. Maybe we're not. Maybe we think the Falcons are more garbage on defense than they actually are.
Yeah, I feel like they're high risk, high reward. I think they do allow a lot of points, but also they cause sacks, they cause turnovers, and things of that sort. And sometimes that's what you want from a defense. Because think of it like this: Dallas is a very middle of the pack defense, but you add the interceptions to the Cowboys. They're number one scoring defense.
Yeah. No, I mean that's crazy.
It's a favorable matchup because of just how.
Why are they priced the same? Seahawks and Falcons defense. Why?
Yeah.
There's a lot of these priced the same.
I would
Texans.
honestly pick Falcons though over the Seahawks.
Who?
Okay. Let me see. Is there anything worth up here?
Eagles defense against the Manders.
The Manders.
Yeah. It's crazy though. They only scored 12 points despite 3 interceptions and all the work they did.
Yeah, they're not getting the ball out. They're not getting the fumble. I think fumbles are worth like 2 points. Well, let's see. We haven't picked. Let's pick defense last. Well, have we filled in our third wide receiver slot in flex?
No.
We haven't, right?
No.
Okay, let's figure that out.
Yeah.
Let's figure out our third wide receiver slot. Who do we really like here?
Well, do you guys want to go value, or you want to go?
Or just whatever you just feel like is a lock. Like, what feels like a lock to you?
Shit, Amon St. Brown.
Amon-Ra? Mm-hmm. Who has the Panthers played through the first 2 weeks? Who have they
Browns.
Browns.
Giants.
Okay, we're going either Jarvis Landry or Michael Thomas. Because that red stat is fucking misleading as hell.
Yeah.
The Browns don't really have a passing game. That's not their thing. Giants, are you kidding me? We've shitted on that wide receiver room.
Are you kidding me?
So this is the most talented wide receiver group that the Panthers have gone against so far this season with Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry.
Let me look. I mean, Thomas has got a TD in each game so far, so I mean, I think he's a safer bet. He's just more expensive, but I think he's the safer bet for sure.
Expensive.
So he's 5,900. Which means if we want it, we can still get that high. Nah, because you guys are only want Hurts if Brown's in the mix, huh?
Wait, you're still thinking about doing Hurts?
I mean, we can afford it.
Yeah, you can afford it. Flex will be 4,000.
Wait, what defense are you using, Spuddy?
I'm using Texans.
Yeah, I mean, we can still get But like I said, if you guys want to go higher, okay. To me, it all depends.
Okay. Here's how it goes. And I'll give this option. So Hurts is a quarterback. Swift, Patterson, running backs. Diggs, London, Laundry as our receivers. Higbee, tight end. Texans, defense. And drum roll for our flex. Richard Pierman, Tampa Bay. $4,000. $4,000.
I'm not mad at that, but that's how y'all feeling.
This is with the money that we got.
I'm not mad at it. I know. I mean, Perriman is going to be high owned, but that's okay because we have some pivot plays in other slots where I don't think it's going to be chalky.
Yeah, because I'm just
so it does.
It's just more on like,
different.
Okay, like who else are we gonna,
Yeah,
because it's really just a money situation at this point. Because there's Van Jefferson. I don't think he's gonna be producing. He's still like injured. We could go with what is it?
If we take Michael Thomas over Landry, we could put Uzman.
Uzman from the Jets. No, I think Landry has potential here.
I mean, we could.
I think he does.
We could put Hurst as a flex.
Hayden Hurst.
Mm-hmm.
We could put Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, we could put Hayden Hurst. Evan Ingram.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Who else could we put at a flex?
Oh, I see all the flex. Okay.
Ooh.
No, get Ronald Jones too out of my face.
Did you say Ronald Jones?
Wait, where's Perriman? How come I don't see him? How much is he?
4,000. He's right, like between Zay Jones and Randall Cobb.
Oh, that's him now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at that, to be honest. Like, but we your team. What y'all feeling?
Say it again. Well, what are y'all looking at? What was the last lineup said?
It was Jalen Hurts. Ah, you son of a gun.
You closed it. Was it Hurts, Patterson, Swift, Diggs, Landry, London, Higbee, Hurst, Texans?
Yeah.
I could rock with that. You can make a case for all those. I mean, yeah, I'm okay without the stack on Hurts just because Hurts is a high volume rushing attack. So
yeah.
he doesn't have to be. So I could rock with that. I could do that.
Let's do it.
Nice.
Nice. So let's do it.
Let's do it. And there it is. All right, Dougie. Finalize this lineup for us.
Yeah, mine kind of got all swifty over here, so looking at? Why don't you run through?
Oh man! All right, for the
my app said, "Hey, I'm gonna fuck up right now." Okay.
For the official Buds and Sports lineup for Week 3, Millionaire Maker, we are rocking with Jalen Hurts as our quarterback, Cordero Patterson, DeAndre Swift in the second running back slot. For our WR1, Stephon Diggs against the Dolphins. WR2, Drake London against the Seahawks. And our WR3, Jarvis Landry, 4,800 against the Panthers. What? Don't worry about that red. Don't worry about that. It's the Browns and Giants. Tight end 1 is going to be Higbee. Mm-hmm. And for our flex, Hayden Hurst, 3,900.
Wait, what team does Hurst play for again?
Bengals.
Wait a second.
Huh?
Who? Okay. You got Hayden Hurst as a flex?
Or who did we decide on?
I thought it was Perriman.
I have him. Oh, we're doing Perriman. We could do Perriman.
Skink, 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 skink. Those are swords fighting because they're pirates, bucks.
With Perriman, you do want to keep track every day of the week just to see where all the other receivers are at health-wise. Yeah. But it's looking like Perriman is going to get some playing time.
Yeah, if not, looking good in that room.
If not, just switch to Hayden Hurst real quick.
Yeah, and if not, you could go Hayden Hurst or Ingram or whoever you choose at that range. But yeah, we're going to go Hurst. Then for defense, 2,600 Texans at Chicago. And that pretty much wraps it up. Dougie, get us out of here.
Please. Hey, what up, baby? Y'all know what time it is. It's time to get on out of here. This is the Buds and Sports channel. Y'all better hit that follow button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Hit me if you want to. Ow! But just make sure you turn those notifications on so you can see when we live. You can join and tune it, not live, but when, our newest shit drops, you can be on it. Because, we hitting you guys up with this good advice. We want you guys to give Millionaire Makers. Because we're going to be in the mansion next week. Hopefully.
I hope so.
I hope so. But you already know who we are. We are the Buds and Sports. That's Francis. That's Spuddy. I'm Dougie. And we are outie.